Hello, I'm Danielle Stimpson from Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and Virgo, here are your tarot cards for September of 2022. These are more general readings, so I suggest watching your sun, moon, and rising signs to get a more complete view of the month ahead. I've taken into account the overall astrology of this month when creating this card spread. If you would like to learn more about this card spread or use it for yourself, there is a PDF below that explains it all that you can print out and use for yourself. Just so you know, I also do a Reiki and crystals live stream 5 times a week right here on YouTube. If you want to jump in on that, go ahead and click subscribe and click the notification bell so you won't miss an opportunity to hang out with us and heal from home. And also, I teach Reiki. I have been teaching Usui Reiki for about 14 years. If you want to learn more about my online classes, one-on-one distance sessions, tarot readings, social media, Discord, and all that other good stuff, it's in the description below. So without any further ado, let's jump into your readings, Virgo. Okay, so overall this month, as I've taken in your cards, I feel like there's definitely some like terse dichotomy going on, but altogether it could definitely leave you on a better footing for next month. So definitely a lot of soul searching. I've also worked with the Fountain Tarot here, so you can learn more about that at the link in the description. So we start out with our focus, and that is the Hermit. The Hermit, this is a time of deep and sacred introspection, and it's definitely well-timed. We are in a Mercury retrograde month, which always gets that terrible rap, but really it's making it difficult to communicate with others and hear others, because what we're really doing is focusing on ourselves. The universe really wants us to reflect inward rather than communicating outward, hearing our own internal communication. The Hermit, he's the king of that. So with this Hermit, we want to go in and say, what is it to be guided by your own light? What is your inner truth? Even if that inner truth is maybe a little difficult to hear, it's better to know it and understand it and know where you're going than it is to stumble a little more blindly than you would otherwise. So this is definitely the focus of the month, is internal reflection. A great month for things like meditation, journaling, anything that helps you look inside. The card that represents your starting point for the month is the Emperor. So this is very structured energy. This is how do I get there? What is it? How do I do it? How do I get there? And holding all of those methods, means, and ways to full account, making sure that they happen on time and exactly as they're supposed to. This is a card of, you have been in this place of very structured, perhaps even rigidly structured, moving to up until this point. And now that you've been so almost dogmatically moving through your life, you find yourself now at a little bit of a crossroads to say, okay, where has it gotten me? What might need to be adjusted? So this crossing that Hermit, in a sense, gives us a chance to say, okay, well, these structures have gotten us this far, but where are we right now really inside? The Challenge isn't a card that usually shows much of a challenge at all. That's the 10 of Coins. As a challenge, I feel like what the 10 of Coins represents to you may have changed since you put these structures in place. That might be what the Hermit is here to help you uncover. The 10 of Coins can be everything that you feel about as accomplishment in a very broad but very important sense. Finances, resources, happiness, money. This is often seen as like the happy wife, happy life card. The 10 of Coins, I feel like the challenge is redefining what that end goal that you're working towards potentially is. What does it look like? And how do we get there? What changes, if any, do we need to make on our way there right here and now? And I feel like the finding out about what needs to shift it's definitely going to happen. You're definitely going to have some help, and it may ask you to be a little bit more cold than you would otherwise be. And the reason I say that is the lessons and healing card that comes out next is the King of Swords. King of Swords is very cut and dry, methodical. He has a very broad vision, the king of all things logic and analytical. This is someone who can go through and help you really see exactly what's going on. He is the CEO that knows every person's job role all the way down. This King of Swords, I feel like as the healing guidance here this month, this is an opportunity for you to, rather than simply do because the structure says to do, as the Emperor would say, is to come to this King of Swords and learn how to take things one step at a time and maybe edit and alter those rigid structures to something a little bit more flexible, but flexible based on, does it get you where you want to go? Is this the best way? The Emperor is, this is the way it's done. The King of Swords is, but is that the best way? Is that the way we should keep doing things? Just because we've always done things one way and it's worked up until now doesn't mean that things haven't shifted and that another way, another means of approach might be better. So this is taking into consideration a little bit more flexibility, a little bit more movement, reevaluating all of those structures, plans, and seemingly just well laid out step one, step twos, and coming back into how do I want to move forward? What's better? There is another blessing though. The next card is the Whisper from Your Guides, which is exactly what it sounds like. And this is your guides. If they could whisper to you anything, how do you make the most of this? What could be a blessing in this time? And what they're basically saying is Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is leaving behind anything that doesn't serve. The Emperor can be very, like I said, rigid. You can think of him as almost the Miser card in some senses. This immovable, it must be this way. This is your opportunity to see what of those structures have now become obstacles. Which of those supportive walls are now walling you in and keeping you where you are rather than able to access what you would like, what's down the road. This is, in a nutshell, a month to reevaluate your end goals, go deep within, potentially, a little bit uncomfortable, a lot of bit uncomfortable, but really to go in and see, what are my end goals? Are they really what I still want? And if you need to change those goals, changing them. On the other side, okay, let's go ahead and start making some changes and see what of these things that I'm doing and have gotten me here, and I'm grateful for these structures for getting me here. But maybe they've served their purpose and run their course, and maybe it's time to take the empty cups and simply pack them up, giving them away, leaving them for someone else with gratitude, but moving forward where you can have your cups filled, moving forward where you can be free of things that have boxed you in, things that were a helpful structure but are now a hindrance. So with all of that, I wish you an abundance of beauty and blessings this month of September 2022. If you would like to subscribe, I will be back next month with another round. Don't forget to check out your sun, moon, and rising. And yes, have a beautiful September, Virgo.